Hello everyone, so nice to meet you all. I'm Emma, I'm also known as Just a Nerd online, and today we're going to be doing like a really fun little video that I've never done before, so I'm hoping that you'll like it, and that is a shopping my own TBR shelf. So as you can see, I have my bookshelf right here. I have read all of these books right here, but I've tried to move it so these ones are all of my unread books, together with some of the ones up at the top row, which is the big books, and a few down below, which is sort of all my non-fiction books. They're sort of in a separate shelf. But I have quite a lot of books on my TBR shelf, to be honest. I have like 40, 40 something, I think, on my TBR shelf. I want to read them. You know, they don't serve me any good just sitting on my shelf. And all of these books, they're books that I've been interested in at one point or another. So I think this month, July, I really just want to get some of the books read that I haven't read yet for one reason or another. Sometimes I just buy books when they're on sale or I randomly find them in thrift stores or whatever. So they have a limited time available for when you can buy them, and then I'll eventually get to them. And eventually is now because I'm sick of having all these books on my shelf that I haven't read. So what I did, as you can see down here, I have my little raspberry. Isn't she so cute? I love this one. I got it really recently, and I just think it's so cute, and now I know what to do with it, which is having all my TBR prompts in. But yeah, we're just gonna draw a few. I think I'm gonna go for 5, but it does sort of depend on what I draw. I have quite a few graphic novels as well that I want to read, and obviously those read quite a lot faster than like a full-on book. I do also know that one of these ones prompts is like a really long book or something like that. If I draw that, then it might not be 5 prompts. So we're just gonna take a feel of it, grab books, and see what we find and what the TBR for July is gonna be like. I'm excited. I'm scared. All of the above, but I think that's good, right? We want the excitement back on our TBR shelf, right? We don't want them to be books that we have to read. We want them to be books that are fun to read. So I guess it's time to get started. Oh, I also have 2 new books for the shelf, actually. I kind of want to show off because I got these 2 today as like a gift from my work. And I can't wait to read these. I just got them today, but they're still going on the TBR shelf. There's no room though, to be honest. If I'm really careful, this is not ideal. This is like playing Jenga with really expensive books. We'll see how it goes. Everything is open. So, ta-da! Let's draw the first prompt. Oh no. I don't want to get just the ones at the top. I want to get like something really in there. Oh, okay. This says a Danish author. If you don't know, I am Danish, and I usually don't read Danish books just because they remind me of reading like school books. But I mean, there's a lot of great Danish art literature out there, so I should be able to find something that's fun. That being said, I don't think I have that many Danish authors on my shelves. Okay, so I have 3 options. Let's draw them out. Obviously, these might not be books that you can read if you're not Danish, but this is just about me getting through my books, and I hope that that can inspire you to get through some of your books. Maybe you have some non-English literature that you'd want to read. These are the 3 Danish books that I have as options. This first one I think is really, really cute. This is by Eva Tim, and it's called Citronbjerg, which means the Lemon Mountain. And I think this is about a woman who leaves her like country, her family, and she goes to Korea, where her grandfather has left her like some land or something, and she leaves everything and goes for it. So this could be interesting. Yeah, this is option number one. This is fiction, whereas the other two books are non-fiction. We have Svend Brinkmann, Hvad, menneske. What is a human? What is a person? I think this says like it's sort of like a philosophical book trying to understand who we are as people and the big questions that we have in life. This could be good. I've just finished university and I just finished my student job. So right now, right, I have sort of a summer vacation, but I also have a lot of life decisions ahead of me. So maybe this could be a good book to sort of try and understand what's going on in my life. I think a lot of the book is also him going through like a trip in Europe or something. He's going through this like trip to Europe and he's wondering and trying to understand himself. So that could be interesting. And the last one is Lev mere, tænk mindre, live more, think less, which is a lot about like depression and how to live life sort of in a way that, you know, fuels you, I think. I don't know if this is a little bit too heavy for me right now. Right? I don't know if this is a little bit too depressing for a summer book. I feel like it could be a bit much. But yeah, those are the three options that I have. So I think right now I might be leaning towards this one. So I think I'm going to put that to the side, think about it, and come back. You know, if I get another prompt that is also a nonfiction, maybe I'll switch them out. But for now, I think I'm sticking with what is human. That was the first one. Go ahead and grab the second one. Now we have a nonfiction. I do want some fiction as well. Obviously, I'm not gonna read only nonfiction. I like nonfiction, but like not all nonfiction. Yes, but this one is a great first sentence. A book with a great first sentence. I love to do this when I try and pick out which book I'm going to read. I just read the first sentence of like the couple of books that I'm uncertain about, and then I pick it based purely on that. I'm going to see if I can find like 2 or 3 that has a good quote for you guys. I was like wondering what the graphic novel is going to be, so I picked up Shiver, and it's just saying which I think is funny, but not necessarily a great first sentence. Since I barely venture outside these days, I spend a lot of time in one of the armchairs rereading the books. Well, that feels like a very relatable first sentence, that's for sure. It is the sacred duty of best friends to convince you to do the things you should not do. That's kind of cute. That's kind of funny, kind of silly. 5 days straight she spent in front of the television, staring at crumbled banks and hospital, whole blocks of stores in flames, severed rail lines and expressways. She never said a word. That's pretty interesting. This is After the Quake by Murakami. Not a bad option. Shatter Me says, I've been locked up for 264 days. That's also pretty intriguing. I could definitely be down to read that. I think, based off of the ones that I've read, which is the majority of these. Oh, wait, there's also these ones. I do also have a few poetry books. I like poetry a lot. I'm not great with poetry, but I think they're kind of cute. Well, this poetry is sort of all written in one sentence, so I'm just going to read the first little verse here. This is a Diary of Romantica by Celia Martinez. She has a really cool Instagram profile. Go check her out if you like girls reading cute poetry. And I don't know how to say it, except for if my love was a flower shop, I'd give you all the roses, make beautiful bouquets, and shower you with tulips. I'd give you those boxes with the flowers that last for ages, and I'd secretly wish for you and I to last through all our phases. Oh, this intrigues me. This is so cute. Like, come on. It has like a cute little flowery motif. I might want to read this one. I think poetry could be a fun part of it. I think these three were the three most intriguing ones. So Diary of a Romantica, Shatter Me, and After the Quake. I think those are most interesting. I think let's go with the poetry, right? So we have nonfiction and a poetry book, so we need some fiction. But I think these are the good start. Let's draw another one. Ta-da! What does it say? Turquoise cover. Okay. That is so specific that I wonder which options that I have. We might have to be a little bit lenient on the turquoise. These two up here could give turquoise. The lighting here is a little off. There's a bit of warm lighting, so it might be a little bit off, but these are like bluish turquoise. I think this is turquoise, and I think this might be blue. So let's put this one as an option. This one is called Maybe We're Electric, and it's by the guy who wrote Dear Evan Hansen, which is like the musical that one of my friends really like. Option number one. I would say this is definitely an option. Obviously, there's a lot of brown, but this whole thing and the whole spine, I would say, is turquoise. So it goes from blue to more green. So it's living perfectly in the turquoise area. And this is Howl's Moving Castle. The little fantasy. I've had this on my shelf for like a little while. So maybe it's about time. Wait a minute. Now hold on just a second. Do we think this one is turquoise? I'm not sure. I think turquoise is one of those colors where people always say it's a different thing. Like someone will look at something that's completely green to me and they'll be like, that's turquoise. Or someone will do that same thing with something that I think is completely blue and they'll be like, that's turquoise. And I'm like, what is turquoise really? What are we doing here? I think that would be turquoise, no? What other color would you call that? So pretty as well. I like this shade of turquoise. This is The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. This is a thriller. So these are all fiction books. So I think these are great options. I think they're all sort of the pretty color. I think, based off of these books, I think I don't want to read this one because we already have one Danish book and I don't really want to read two Danish books. As I said, I will read Danish books, but I don't think it's my favorite. I prefer to read them in English if I can. Then we're back to these two. They're like basically equally long, so there's nothing there. I do, however, feel more enticed with this. I don't know what it is, but in my head, like criminal stories and thrillers, mystery, horror, it's giving summer vacation vibes, because you can just have that chance to just sit and read nonstop, really get into the action so fast. So I think we're going to go for The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson, the third book. I'm excited to read this one, actually. I've heard a lot of good about this particular one. Okay, that was the third book. We're going to grab, I think, 2 more. I really want one of these ones to be a graphic novel, so I'm really hoping that we get something that fits that. But if we don't, we don't, you know. We're gonna go for this one. A pink cover. Oh no. That's not good. How did I get the 2 cover ones? By the way, I have 3 covers that are like pink cover, turquoise cover, and a third one I can't remember. I just asked my friends while I was writing this down, like, which color should I choose? So this is my friend's fault. And the reason that I'm upset is because I think I only have 1 pink covered book, which is crazy because I love pink. What the hell? You can probably see it up there. Unless this one is pink. Is this one pink? Let me just check. No, that's purple, right? There is some pink, but I would call this a purple cover more than I would call it pink. There's this one too, which is sort of like a very, very light pink. It almost looks white on the video. It's very, very mild. It's almost like a very mild salmon. But I think there's no way around this. I think we're gonna have to go for, wait, I'm gonna, just one last option, which is quite silly, which is this one. This is certainly pink. It's a very light pink. It's not like a screamy pink. It looks a little orange on the video, but I would call this pink. Like a cute little baby pink. This is a design book, and I don't know about design books, right? I think they're really inspiring to look through, but if I don't set time aside to look through them, I literally never read them, or like never go through them. And I really want to go through these ones and like do a little tab situation on all of the ones that I think look cool. So I would say this is option number 1. And then of course we have up here option number 2. If I can get it out. This is Alice in Wonderland. Now, I'm going to say something. If I choose this book, I'm not going to read the whole thing. The thing about this book is it is Alice in Wonderland, but it also has a bunch of other stories. So there's Alice in Wonderland, 100 pages, and then there's Through the Looking Glass, which is like 130 pages, and then the rest I think is just songs, which I've no idea why they're in here. I had no intention of ever reading them. I honestly thought when I picked up this book that this was just Alice in Wonderland, and then the other stories would be Through the Looking Glass. So I might read this one, but I'm not going to read the songs. And I'm not going to feel bad about that, because I bought it because it's a beautiful edition. Look how cute. Got like the gold. Oh, that is dusty. It's got like the cute golden edges. The cover's cute. So those are the 2 options. I kind of want to put both of them aside and decide based off of the last book, because I really want a graphic novel, and if I don't get a graphic novel, I think I really want this one, just to get like that feel. But this is so clearly pink. this just feels better to choose. I really don't want to read Alice. I'm sorry, but I'm not in the mood. I'm going to put these to the side and I'm going to draw the last one and I'm going to choose after that. Oh, someone else picks. Should I give them choices or should I just be like, choose one? I should probably say choose one. Maybe my brother? I feel like my brother would pick a stupid book. He might pick a graphic novel. He might. He likes graphic novels. I also know I have one or two on my shelf that I borrowed from him, so he might choose those. I'm gonna text my brother real quick and see what he says, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. My brother wrote back to me, and I thought he might. I thought I saw you smile. No, he chose Howl's Moving Castle. So we talked about this earlier. So if you were sitting there thinking, God, I hope she chooses this one. Obviously, this is a lot more turquoise. Here you go. I think he chose this book because he actually bought it for me, which is really cute. So I like that he chose that one. I think that's kind of fun. I'm a little scared because it is fantasy. As much as I want to be a fantasy girly, I don't know if I am. But I think this might be cozy fantasy, which I think might be the vibe. The only question I have with this one, and I think the reason why I haven't read it yet, is because I'm a little unsure if I should watch the movie first, which for some reason I've never watched it. I like Ghibli movies, don't come for me, but for some reason Howl's Moving Castle is not one of the ones that I've watched. So should I watch that or should I read it first? Maybe I should go on Reddit. Maybe Reddit knows what is the right choice in that regard. This does have cute, like, summery vibes, maybe. But we didn't get a graphic novel. I have quite a few graphic novels, and they fit quite a lot of the prompts, I think. But because we got the color prompts, I don't have that many choices. But that's totally fine. I think these books are going to be a lot of fun. So now we're going to go back to these books. We're having to choose a book. Yeah, you know what I think? I think I'm going to go with You're Invited because I've had both of these books on my shelf forever and I really want to read them. And then if I have more time during this month, which I don't know, but if I do, then I'll read Alice. So I'll have this sort of on the back of my mind throughout the month, but I'm gonna read this one first. Just because it's also a thing of my TBR shelf has more non-fiction literature than it does fiction literature. So I also want to space out the fiction literature a little bit. The idea of these prompts is just to have fun and find books that we might not read otherwise. This one, I literally haven't read a single page of it, even though it's been on my shelf for like 5 years. That's why we're doing this. So yeah, You're Invited is the first book I'm gonna be reading. Well, one of the books. This is the pink cover book. Again, it doesn't look pink in this camera. I'm sorry, but it is pink. I'm telling you guys. I'm literally dropping all the books on my lap here. You can't see it, but it's a dangerous situation. No, the books. Don't put things on your thighs and just expect them not to go like. I swear to God. I swear to God. Let me just try and show you guys. Let me just try and show you guys all of these books next to each other. I think we can make like a little fan situation. I don't know about this one, guys. I don't know if I can hold all of these books at once. Here we go. These are July's books. I'm super excited about all of these books, to be honest with you. I think these books are all interesting. I think we got a nice variety. Like, none of these are the same genres. Obviously, there's a lot of leeway in using prompts, and it's just to try and make it a little bit more fun to read your TBR. So, you guys, that was it. I'm super excited about all these books. I'm hoping that I'm gonna get through them all. This is a bit much for me to read. I'm not a fast reader, but I do have the entire month off, so I'm hoping maybe it can work out. I don't know. Did you? Da-da-da-da. If I get through these ones, I'm gonna be really proud of myself. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I'll see you guys next time, maybe at the end of the month, maybe somewhere in between. I don't know. Write in the comments if you have any thoughts about that. Otherwise, I'll see you. Bye.